Hey guys, it's Michelle McGowan, and I just wanted to go over a couple of quick things with you about Google and your presence on Google. It is important, and the cheater things that are free that you can do to just get up and running right away. So, Google, if you go to Google and you put like Claremont Podiatrist or Podiatrist in Claremont, click on that. And yeah, all our crap will come here. So you'll see you're sponsored first. Okay. There's a private equity group that's in our town that used to be named something else, and now there's something else. So you can see here, this is my business, Center Franklin Foot Care. I personally think I someday I want to not be working in my business, as far as I want to have multiple employees, maybe even like a franchise situation for the Center Franklin Foot Care. Because back when I was 26, I had no idea how great of a name that was. But thank goodness. Here's another one of our competitors is private equity, has multiple practitioners. And you can see we're sitting pretty good with 829 reviews, pretty positive reviews. I did not choose to have myself pop up like I don't give people my Google review. I always, at the end of the day, after we're done seeing patients, we send people an email and it says, hey, can you give us a review? This was done out of pure necessity. About 2.5 years ago, we were seeing patients and we got a really, really bad review. And at the time, we only had like maybe 22 reviews. So what I did was I figured out on our software how to send an email out every day, but better yet, I sent out like 3,000 emails. Now, you might say, well, you sent out 3,000 emails, but you got 829 reviews. Well, that's kind of because people don't always care, right? They may love you in the room or whatever, but that's why it's so important to send a review out every day. Because if you send out reviews every day after patients you see, even if you get two or three a day, it's eventually going to build up. And I mean, I'm really excited. I know that we'll be over 1,000 soon. We just changed software, so I'm just kind of finagling through making sure those emails are going through because it's very important to me. It should be very important to you. So when you go to this page, yeah, it shows everything about us. But again, it's really important for you to have numbers that are higher because it doesn't matter. I don't pay for this at all. These guys pay for this. I don't pay for this. It sits right there. So it's right in people's face. And then when people click on that and they see our reviews are real, they're real people. Well, actually, we got one fake review of somebody who wasn't our patient. Like they weren't in our system. But anyway, but this is important. And then I want to show you where that Google My Business lives. So again, it says manage this, you manage this profile. So we can click on this. If you do not have a Google My Business profile, everybody has one. You just have to claim it as long as you have an address and you have a web presence at all. So you can see in the beginning, I didn't know what the hell I was doing back in the day. I figured it out when we got that bad review, and we went from like 24 reviews to like 400 reviews in a very short period of time. And over the last 2 years, we built up to 829. Um, but again, I have two offices that have Google pages, which I think sucks because our Leesburg office is new in the last bit of time. So we have less reviews there, maybe like 70, I don't know, but it's not high. And then if you go to your business profile, so I'm going to my business profile, you can see when somebody goes to your Google My Business, they can see all of the articles and what you sell. But every day, right now we work with a marketing company, um, which that it's there's good and bad to that because it kind of looks a little boilerplate. Um, but you can see from the beginning of time we've been adding. These guys do a good job of having something on the web every single day, which I agree. We went through our AI phase where people had like extra toes, which was fun. But even before we started using them, I mean, there's a lot of content here. But before we started using the marketing company, we used to do whatever you have, repurpose it. You know, once we got the South Wave, I started posting all kinds of stuff like that. Ingrown nail, 3D orthotics, um, whatever I wanted to highlight that I wanted our web presence to be, we put on here. So we had tons of stuff about the laser, tons of stuff about Softwave, and the more you're putting that content out there, the more people do searches. And this is free. All you do is you go to your Google and you can add a post onto your Google business profile. It's really easy. You edit your profile, You can add some information. But this is where, if you want your most free exposure for Google, this is where the free stuff happens. People ask all the time about, like, oh, I need the right AdWords. How do I do Google Ads? And again, we work with a company now. I mean, I've been in practice for 25 years, and I just don't want to do this stuff anymore. I'm kind of focusing on other areas, and it's worth it for me to put that money into that endeavor. However, yeah, I think this is where if you are new, you're starting out, or you're not new, but you have no Google presence. I mean, we have big groups in town, and I think this gives us a lot of street cred. People, we pop up. It's just like restaurants. I do Google reviews. I don't like Yelp. We look terrible in Yelp. But anyway, the other thing I was going to say is, there are people who will give you advice, but again, and I'm not crapping on people who work for somebody, but they don't do any of this, so they can try and give you advice on how to make your Google presence. But this is actually how it's done in the trenches. There's people talk about it all the time, but again, claim your Google business page, add every day, add information. Um, right away, get all of your profile down pat so people know where to go, how to call you, see your website, the whole shooting match, right? But as far as adding content every day, this is free to do every day, just to add a new little article, a new blurb. In the beginning, again, if I did a TikTok video for the office, if I did a video on ingrown nails, if I did something, add it there because you can. Um, and it's so easy to do, so low threshold. I mean, there are some practices that are just thriving doing that. I mean, for us, it's as a small mom and pop practice, it's nice to be popping up number one. I think that's very important. Again, it's also very free. And the other thing, again, every day after you see patients, you should be sending an email. It takes seconds to do. Almost every software does it. And if you're not doing it, you're missing out on getting this number to click up. I hope this is helpful. If I think I'm going to make like a nice big tutorial on how to go through step by step, because people don't know how to do this, and it's so stinking easy, and it's free, guys. You should be doing it. All right, have a good one.